Yo guys, Coach Theo here on Common Sense. Today we're going to be talking about the video game of life. Okay, I often compare life to a video game. It's a good metaphor. The only thing is that it might make life seem like, less important, less serious than it is. It's just a game. Maybe that would be helpful sometimes though, to not take it all so fucking seriously. Just look at it like, yeah, this is just a game we're playing. These are the rules. This is what it looks like. But I want you to think about what makes a video game good, enjoyable, rewarding, satisfying. Is it that it's just super straightforward and easy at all times? There's never, any question marks on what to do. You always know exactly where to go. And the tasks you're faced with, they're just easy. You know how to do them. You never fail at them. Really no enemies, or if they are, they're very easy. You just beat them. You're way better than them, always. Is that a fun video game? Or is it a video game that actually challenges you, that sometimes make you stuck? You have to solve like puzzles or riddles. You're stuck. You have to really explore every aspect of the current situation in the game until you finally find a way to get past it. Or sometimes maybe you know what to do, but it's actually quite challenging. So you just fail over and over and over. You have to improve. You have to, like if it's like a boss you're fighting or a dungeon you're in, you have to keep improving your strategy and execution of the strategy until you've perfected it to the point that you can actually kill the boss, finish the dungeon. Of course, it's the latter. It's how fun would it be to play a video game that just doesn't challenge you at all. There's no risk or anything. It's pretty much just like, just walk this road. Just walk down this road. When you get to the finish, it's done. Well, the same thing is true about life. I'm talking about this really for us to understand the purpose of suffering, struggling, all the negativity that we experience in this life. It's really for the same reason. We need those things. As why we can't just make a video game super easy, because everything exists by contrast. A lot of people, they would say, would you like to get all the things, great physique, money, great girlfriend or boyfriend, whatever, would you like to get that just for free? A lot of people would be like, yes. The thing is, it is because we can't get those things for free. That's what really makes them valuable. It's just that when we're sitting here in our negativity or experiencing the lack of whatever it is, you're like, yeah man, I wish I could just have it. It's hard to see the purpose of your suffering and negativity while it's ongoing. But if you zoom out and look at it, you just realize that it has to be this way. It just has to be this way. Like a big topic on this channel, of course, is about weight loss, building muscle, getting a good physique with a body like that. And a lot of people are like, if I could just lose the weight in an easy way, that would just be great. The thing is though, it wouldn't be. Because then you probably wouldn't even have this problem to begin with. You couldn't really value. If anyone could just choose to be like shredded, would be nothing special about it. Most people wouldn't even care about it if that's something you can just easily do. It's because it's difficult. It's because you struggle with it that makes it even valuable. You understand? In order for something to be precious, just good, pleasurable, there has to be an opposite of it. If you want to remove negativity, struggle, adversity, you also remove all the good shit, right? And so, of course, the video game of life is more complicated than the video games you play on your Xbox or whatever. It's, we have bad and good guys in the world as well. It's not quite black and white. It's a spectrum, I would say. But of course, a lot of the enemies, the struggles we face are not just outside of us, like, bad guys like that. The enemies often within, our ego, our inner critic, our difficult emotions we have to deal with. And, it's not that you should say like, I like feeling grief, I like feeling suffering, I like feeling pain. It's not that you have to like it, but you have to acknowledge that it's because these things exist that you can get to experience the opposite, right? And so this is what I refer to as Stoic knowledge. I talk about Stoicism. I mention it being like one of the things this channel is about. To be honest, I've never looked in too deeply into the old Stoics, more than, short excerpts from books and quotes. I have Marcus Aurelius's Meditations here. I should probably give it a read. But to me, it's a very simple philosophy. Again, as I've said many times before, it's not what lots of people think, just being like ice cold. You don't even feel emotions. You don't let anything affect you. You get affected, but you know the truth. You don't get all caught up in it. It's about acknowledging the truth of the world, but like creating a mindset and skills for the best way to deal with it, if you see what I mean. So for me, like what I say again, like when you go through negativity, when you are depressed, when you're grieving the loss of a loved one or a relationship, your dog, whatever, you're anxious, you're stressed, you don't feel like you have what you want in life, you're sick, you have pain, whatever it is, it's very hard in the moment to be like, yeah, I understand why this is. Yeah, I'm actually happy about this because this means I can feel good. It's very hard in the moment, but that's what I refer to as Stoic knowledge. You have to know this. I talk about this a lot. Look, this year, for me, it's been probably the most challenging year as a whole since I started this channel and since before and since I changed my life after those panic attacks. And a lot of it, like I know still, you understand, I know I'm doing the right things. And I know, like to me, I prefer when I'm the happiest and most motivating and kind of joking around, kind of inspirational guy on this channel. But I know that this, what I'm talking about now too, is helpful to you. It's just that, it's like when you're motivated, compared to a bonus level in a game, like it feels good. At lots of difficult level, yes, here's just a fun bonus level where it's all about maxing, just wins, can't really lose, Again though, if it was all bonus levels to the game, it wouldn't be fun. But when it comes like that, you really enjoy it, right? But it is because what's going on in between. So what I mean, like a bonus level in life, it's really when you're doing all the right things and you can really very directly experience like, yes, this is making me better, I'm improving, I'm becoming so much stronger. And then during the tougher times, you don't really experience that, but you just have to know it. And then you're gonna get delayed gratification deluxe. Like I know very clearly a lot of lessons I've learned this year. I know a lot of progress I'm making with certain things, like again with my training too. It's just that I don't feel so much right now. There's like, yes, I'm evolving so much, this is so great, wow, this is so exciting, wow. But I know, so I've had this happen to me many times before, that when I've finished this tougher level, I'm gonna come to a point when all of that will catch up to me at the same time, and then it's so very, very rewarding. Like, let's take again my panic attacks that I went through. It was hell when I was going through it. I would never say, it wasn't enjoyable for 1 minute during. I could not experience in any sort of way that I'm actually overcoming this right now. But when I did, just looking back at like, wow, all these days, all these times that I felt like hell, when I'm considering, should I just end it? Should I just jump in front of the subway, get it over with, but didn't, and went up the next day. Again, feeling as if this is not helping at all, but putting in the work, using all my willpower to do it. When I finally get there, I can look back at all these days and like, I know now, I see now why it paid off, or why it was necessary, or what I did really, how great I did, fucking awesome I am, Yeah, you gotta have that. So since then, I learned the lesson then. I learned what it works like, and I've just improved and refined this Stoic mindset since then. But so what I will say is that everything exists by contrast. So, I don't think it's in the nature of suffering and struggling and feeling pain, right, that you can't enjoy it while it's going on, but it's this mindset knowing that it has to be this way and there is an upside at some point. But it's also, you can make strategy out of it when you realize this pattern. So in the long term, it's kind of like this. We're going to go through sometimes things that we just can't change on a whim. Some kind of process of overcoming or changing, many different things in our lives that are just going to take some time. Either for us to do the internal processing, or that this actual process just takes time. You know, if you have 50 kilos of fat to lose, you just can't do it fast. It has to take some time. You have to put in work consistently before arriving there, right? But knowing this, we can implement this. We can actually choose discomfort. We can choose struggle. We can inflict adversity upon ourselves and create this contrast. So me, for instance, right now, I don't feel motivated when I wake up, not excited, I'm not comfortable just being me with my thoughts and feelings. But that's why I always start my morning with a cold shower. And sometimes right now, when it's getting colder, I even go down to the lake and jump in, which I don't feel like doing. But the contrast afterwards is that I feel a lot better now. Like, because I was here, it doesn't feel good, but then I go here. And then when I come back here, it feels like a step up. It's the same reason with the workouts. I don't always feel the most motivated right now to do them. But I know, always this negotiation process with we can go a little easier, or we can skip this extra, But I know, if I just push through this shit, that's more difficult than just sitting and being with my feelings and thoughts right now. Do those things, smash that workout. Afterwards, I will feel better, because now the work is done. I feel accomplished. I've elevated myself. So you see, we can both embrace, like, because stacking these kinds of wins on the daily will also help with going from a lower kind of depressed, painful, struggling state into a higher state eventually. But we can also, we realize that when we're not happy, when it's difficult for us right now, we can actually choose to make it more difficult for a little bit, to make it easier afterwards. Okay, so yeah, the video game of life, guys. It's a challenging one. The struggles and the enemies, all that shit. It's a lot more complicated than in actual video games. But the point still, what makes it enjoyable and meaningful and all that, it's the same things. And so it's just good to know. It's good to remember when things are the toughest, the most heavy, the most difficult, just knowing that it's because of this. I can't really enjoy it right now, but it's because of this that I can actually enjoy my life. And I will say that here as the final point, actually, that we seem to have been handed different difficulty levels in life. And we can sometimes, I know I have definitely sometimes, why did I get this difficult? You know, the panic attacks. Yeah, I could see some things I'd done that led to that, but some people have been behaving worse in their life and are not had to be going through something like that. Why did I have to? Well, the answer to why we might not get in this life, but what I do know is that the one that get handed the biggest difficulty also get handed the biggest reward. Because sometimes when I find myself like some of the shit I've gone through, I just don't think many people have to deal with all of this to this extent that I do. But I've also found myself feeling that extreme bliss and love and enjoyment and gratitude for life. And then I think the same. I just don't think most people get to experience this. And you know, some people, you know, they might be like, oh, I haven't struggled all that much and I've just been happy for most of my life. But that might be because the level of happiness you've known, it's not so high. It's just not so high, but you have experienced a lot of it. So you think, I've just been happy. But I taken this example before on this channel, an elderly couple I used to train. And I kind of had it like that, it turned out. Because when the woman got cancer, she admitted like that in her 60s, she, for the first time in her life, got to experience like anxiety and depression and stuff. And I could be like, lucky you, because I can remember being in the single digits of age and having to experience those things. But I can also see that when they went through it, because of course that was a big thing for the husband to be along his wife for that as well, I've seen that they enjoy life so much more after this. So you see, yeah, they might have had a good time, decent time before, but it was actually when they were hit with the biggest struggle of their life and overcame it that they started appreciating life more than they ever had before. Something to think about. Everything exists by contrast. You with the biggest struggles, the biggest difficulties, you have the potential for the opposite as well. So, you know, don't view it as a curse. You don't view it as a gift either. Just view it as a matter of fact. Like, yeah, I might have some more shit to deal with than some people. Also mean that I get more rewards to reap. Yeah. Surprised with how good my flow was in this video. I just kind of went, I just thought of the idea and went. Maybe that's the best thing, right? Well, please leave a comment and tell me what you think. Tell me about your stories of overcoming. It's very inspiring for me and other people watching to know, so please let us know. And I do the coaching, holistic bodybuilding. We work on the body as a tool for all the work on ourselves. All this shit is included, guys. So if you're interested, if you're ready, finally stop, you're struggling through life and actually doing something about it, reaching your highest potential, send me DM on Instagram or email me and I'll tell you about my different options, all in the description below. Consider becoming a member or otherwise supporting me and the channel, also in the description below. It's very much appreciated, guys. And please subscribe for more content about fitness, fasting, losing weight, building muscle, self-improvement, stoicism, mental health, philosophy, spirituality, mindset. It is a mindset, guys. Life is like a video game, and the best games, they aren't just all easy mode all the time. Peace.